mensaje nada más que solo palabras, y si no las cumples se van a desvanecer. Algún día volverás.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I have not always been a wheel guy as far as steering wheels go. I've had maybe one in the past. It's just not always been a first priority for me in cars, but with the G80, I really wanted to upgrade the feel of it. The stock wheel is okay, but I mean, it's a 3 Series wheel, honestly. So I think it needed something a little bit different. The new LCI M3 M4s, I believe, have Alcantara flat bottom, which is pretty cool. But I wanted something a little more bespoke. You know, this is an OEM Plus build for me, as you guys know, but I want it to be a little more bespoke to this particular car. So I think you guys will like it. I certainly do. But I'm gonna go through why I chose this steering wheel specifically, highlights of it, some touch points, and then I'm gonna give you guys a quick behind the scenes of the install. This is not an install video. I did a quick behind the scenes so you guys can get an idea of what it took to do it. And then we're gonna go for a drive. I'm gonna do my best to give you guys real world feedback driving with this steering wheel, what I think about it, would I buy it again? I've had it only on the car for a couple of days, so it's still pretty new, so you guys will get some really good first impressions, so to speak, of me driving with this wheel, what I think about it, and hopefully give you guys ideas if you want to get one for your car. So sit back, relax, enjoy the B-roll, and then we're going to go for a drive. So here it is, guys, my custom Carismo Design steering wheel. I went with their signature wheel, which is gloss carbon fiber. I also opted for the Alcantara with the M stitching, and I also kept the heating function, which I preferred. And they also had the nice touch of the custom Interlagos blue paint match 12 o'clock racing stripe to really give this a bespoke look. Recording. Test, test, test. All right, let's go for a drive and test this thing out. Yeah, so right off the bat, I love Alcantara. You know, with this car, it came with a lot of leather. Didn't really come with a lot of Alcantara besides some of the trim pieces on the seat, but I've added several pieces of Alcantara to the car. It just adds that more luxurious feel. You know, a lot of the supercars have Alcantara, titanium, aluminum. BMW is a fantastic brand, but in order to get prices lower than a supercar, they have to cut costs somewhere. And a lot of times that comes into, you know, plastic pieces here and there. So, but regarding the steering wheel, the OEM wheel isn't a bad wheel, but when you look at this thing, it looks incredible. I mean, we got gloss carbon fiber, Alcantara on the sides, Alcantara down below. We got the M stitching on the Alcantara, and then I had a custom Interlagos blue 12 o'clock racing stripe up top. That's something that I wanted. Paid a little bit extra and waited a little bit longer, but totally worth it to have something that's specific to this car. You know, the only other paint match thing I have for this car is the engine cover. Nothing else is paint matched to the Interlagos color. So I wanted to have something that had that, and this just stuck out to me, and I think it looks phenomenal. You know, one thing, if you've never had an aftermarket steering wheel, like one thing you're gonna notice is when you get one that's a little more edgy, right? Like you notice a lot of race cars, even up to Formula One, they're square steering wheels because you get that feel and you always know exactly where the wheel is, where the tires are positioned. There's a reason for that, you know? Formula One drivers, they have two positions to hold their hands, or I guess one of each rather. So there is no wheel to climb over hand in hand. So when they turn the wheel, whenever their hands are straight, the wheels are straight. There's no confusion of where that's at. And then a lot of race cars, they have the Fanatec wheels and stuff like that have that more same design. But if you have a standard wheel, there are ways to have more awareness and feel of where your tires are positioned and where the wheels are pointed without having that type of wheel setup. And two of those ways is the 12 o'clock stripe. So as you're driving, you can kind of get that sense of where the steering wheel is at. That's why those were invented, to kind of have that. As you're driving at high speed, you can't always look down and glance to see if the steering wheel is level at 180 degrees. So that 12 o'clock stripe gives you that sense of, hey, my wheels are straight. The other one is to have edges, right? So flat bottom wheel. So if I'm in a tight corner or a hairpin corner and I'm turning hand over hand, I can kind of get a sense of where the wheel is at based on the feeling of the wheel. You know, it's angled differently. So this wheel has a flat bottom, and then at 6 and 8 o'clock, it's got squared off, so it's flat. And then the sides are more or less standard of that kind of rounded design, all the way up until you're at 12 o'clock and it's flat top. So it gives you more of a sense of where the wheel's at. But I mean, just going into a standard corner like this, I mean, I can put my hand on the bottom and kind of push up. Same for the right side, I can push my hand up on this side, and I can kind of get more of a grip to pull. So it gives you that more confidence when you're driving spirited. Obviously, you probably won't ever have to do that on the road, or you shouldn't have to. But if you're driving on the track or you plan to drive on the track, a wheel like this gives you more control, more feel, and you're able to kind of have those different positions of your hand. And when every split second counts on the track and you're at high speed, it's one less thing to think about. It gives you more control, more feel. And if you're not tracking the car, listen, it looks phenomenal. Okay, it's gloss carbon fiber, Alcantara. Something else I went with, so Carismo Design makes multiple types of wheels. This is their signature wheel. I actually got the heated function, so I retained heated, and it's a little bit more. You don't have to do that. They just run filaments into the Alcantara portions, not the carbon portion. So basically left for 3 and 9 o'clock and then 6 o'clock are heated because, you know, I wanted it. You know, it's got a heated button on there. I live in Florida. It's always hot. I may use that a couple times a year. But for me, I just like to have the functions that are there from OEM to retain on most things. That's just a personal preference. But if you don't want the heated function, you can plug it in. It shouldn't throw a code. It would just simply not work. So easy enough there. But they do make a perforated leather option, which is really, really nice as well. And I do like the leather, but again, I love the feel, the performance of Alcantara. You know, Alcantara was designed as like a, you know, a high performance suede, I guess you could say. You know, it's tougher, you get better grip, better feel than leather, or even, you know, carbon fiber obviously is more slick, but you just get better feel than even leather, with or without gloves. So I just think it's a phenomenal upgrade. It gives the car such a presence in the cockpit. You know, the carbon fiber with the gloss carbon I have here, the Alcantara with the other pieces of the seat, the knee pads right here, the armrests. I got a couple more possible pieces on the way that might tie this in too, but yeah, man, it just looks insane. I really, really like the way it feels. I mean, just putting your hands up here at 10 and 2, it just feels phenomenal. And the Alcantara is just, the stitching is perfect, the fit and finish is perfect. And along the side, it has these cutouts for your thumbs. When the OEM wheel has a little bit of that too, these are just more pronounced. So if you're on the track, you can kind of dip your thumbs in right here. You can get a really good feel of the wheel and have a lot of control and confidence. And it almost kind of, here it kind of flattens out. So it kind of pancakes, I guess, without lack of a better word. So instead of perfectly around, it's more oblong shape. So when your thumbs go in, your hand almost has like a flat surface to fit on. and it really gives a lot of confidence of where the wheel's at. And of course the paddles are right here in that area. So coming down through here, yeah, actually, now that I do this, you can feel that it actually fattens out a little bit. It fattens up or widens, and then it also kind of flattens out. So I can actually have my hands here, and if you have bigger hands, you can really get a better feel of the wheel versus the smaller OEM wheel, which is the same all the way down. So another way that when you're driving and you're in a quick corner, or you have some oversteer and you got to overcorrect with the gas to get back on it, when you have to focus on the road and those quick second movements count, just having your hands do the gauging of where the wheel's at versus having your eye and brain connect to, hey, where's the wheel at? Those little things make a difference on the track, I'm telling you. And again, if you're not tracking your car, this thing looks phenomenal. It feels good. You're gonna notice a difference driving on the road. It really, really makes a difference. So I'm super happy with this thing. Carismo Design knocked it out of the park. There's multiple aftermarket companies that make wheels for F and G series cars out there, even E series cars. You know, I got the E92. I'm gonna get a wheel for it. I don't know which one yet, but after this wheel, it's just hard to go back to a stock wheel, honestly. It's just that good. So I'm gonna get a wheel. Don't know what for the E92. If you guys have an E90 or E92 or 335, whatever you have, let me know if you guys have any aftermarket wheels for that chassis that you like. Hit me a link, drop me a comment. I would love to know, because I am searching for that car as well. I'd love to do some videos on that as well. So, but the price point, the quality, the fit and finish you get from this Carismo wheel is absolutely phenomenal. And I couldn't be happier, man. These guys did a great job. They're a New York-based company, knocked it out of the park with this. So it is an absolute game changer for the cockpit, man. I mean, I'm on some slow roads right now outside my neighborhood, but man, I want to get to some back roads and hit the track with this thing. Which, by the way, we do have some track days in mind for later this summer with this car. The E92 is not there yet. If you guys have been following me on that series, we're still in the maintenance phase. Haven't gotten to the suspension or brakes or anything yet, so we're still getting that car squared up for you know, optimizing its driving ability, but it's not ready for the track. But this car is, and definitely want to get to the track later this year, and I'm really excited to try out this wheel on the track. So just from doing some spirited driving on the road over the past couple days, you can really feel the difference with this thing. I mean, just the presence it has, where your hands get placed. Man, that sounds so good. Dude, the intakes just sound better and better. Maybe because I have no music on right now. Sometimes I drive the music on, sometimes I don't. Usually I don't, or I keep it low. But man, the sound of those turbos just sounds so good. When you have equal turbos and then equal exhaust, or pretty close to it, you can't beat that sound, dude. It's just so good. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I'll leave a link down below where I got this wheel. If you guys want to pick one up, they do offer for the F and G series M cars. As always, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Que solo palabras, y si no las cumples, se van a desvanecer.